my drink. And Morphe recently paired up with them, Coca-Cola being them, and did a whole little spiel thing. So we have a palette here from Coca-Cola Morphe. We have some lippies, some lip glosses, and then we have, well, they're not in here, but we have beauty blenders. I've got the highlighters, the loose powder highlighters, and I've got their brushes. So exciting. Let's take a look at the palette and their colors. And so with this episode, YouTube video, I guess that would have been the better word. We're just gonna do our makeup and spit out some random Coca-Cola facts. Now, why do I know these Coca-Cola facts? You may wonder. I was born and raised in Georgia, go Dogs, and Coca-Cola was made in Georgia. So I don't know if this was like every Georgia kid, but in 8th grade, we had to like write a paper on all things Georgia, including a whole paper on Coca-Cola, and like state flowers and stuff. But Coca-Cola was one of the things, I guess. Our state drink or something, I don't know. Anywho's a what's sets. Let's prime the eyes. Let's start this off with a shebang. So, anyways, like I was saying, oh my god, can I don't know if I can talk and like do my makeup at the same time. This may not be it. And so, basically, I'm just going to give you a little bit of background about John Pemberton, right? So John Pemberton, founder of Coca-Cola, fighting in the Civil War, 1800s, late 1800s, 1883, more specifically. He was injured in the Civil War, right, with the Confederacy. And these are just facts. I'm not like condoning any of this, but he was wounded and they took him back, and basically because he was wounded, and back in the day they didn't have like all this modern medicine, and medicine would be like drugs back in the day, he was addicted to morphine. I don't know if you can see where I'm going with this, starting to at least. But so he was addicted to morphine, so much so that I think he opened up his own like pharmacy. Like that's how like crazily addicted he was. Like it ran out and he's like, you know what, I'm gonna open up my own pharmacy and get my own drugs. But so he opened up a pharmacy. This is all in Georgia. And well, I'm just gonna dive in here, going with a Coca-Cola look. And so he actually, because he opened up a pharmacy, right? He opened up a pharmacy. So, because he was so addicted, he knew he needed to get away from it, so he started making drinks. Now, the first drink he made wasn't the soda. It was like a wine that was infused with cocaine from the like coca leaf, which is where cocaine comes from. And that was like a really popular drink. I don't remember what it was. It was like some kind of weird wine, right? Wine and cocaine. But I think it was like wine and coca and wine, something like that. So, being back in the Civil War days, so it was the 1800s, Prohibition hit Georgia, and so alcoholic beverages were no longer a thing. Like the sale of alcoholic beverages was prohibited, right? So he decided, well, if I can't have cocaine in my drink while getting drunk, I'm going to have it in a different way. So although wine was and alcohol was prohibited, cocaine wasn't. You know, you can get drunk. You can't get drunk, but you can get high. It's fine. Thus came the Coca-Cola drink. So he makes like syrups and cocaine, and came Coca-Cola, which was, I think, called like I can't remember. It started with a T. It was like a weird name for sodas. Like, they didn't call it sodas. They didn't call it pop or whatever people in the North call it. But so basically it was just like sodas weren't a thing back then. So he created like the first soda, so like just like a leisurely drink, you know, to not get like drunk but get high, I guess. And so at the same time, this was like in 1883, I believe someone had come up with a very similar idea, and it was like Coca, something like that. And I think that was like in Philadelphia that they did that. But Coca-Cola, Mr. Pemberton bought the rights to it, so they couldn't do that anymore. Hence, Coca-Cola. So Coca being the cocaine. Now, keep in mind, too, cocaine was like a regular use for medicine back in the day. So because he was so addicted to morphine, he put cocaine in his drink to help his issues. And that's why Coca-Cola was so popular. Well, I don't know that for sure, but I'm just saying, like, everyone's addicted to Coca-Cola, and that's probably why I'm like this now. But so the name Coca-Cola does derive from the coca-lee, which is cocaine. Crazy, right? Now, they haven't used cocaine in their drinks since 1903. I know that for a fact. So that's been done and over with since 1903, the whole cocaine thing. And Coca-Cola became so famous that now it's like one of America's like trademarks, and it's something like Georgia's super proud of. Now, I don't know if you ever guys seen like the Coca-Cola stuff, but with everything, like, so his son, John Pemberton's son, Charlie, something like that, like took over the business, met some other person and took over the business, and they got like a new incorporation or like a new building, and they burned everything in the other building so no one could steal like the recipes. Like, that's a little extreme. No one can have my recipe, so I must burn it. And so it's true to this day that their recipe is like a secret and no one knows how to make Coca-Cola, although there have been attempts, and like, you know, there's like all those dollar brand, off-brand Coca-Colas. But, okay, so despite not supposedly having Coke since 1903, cocaine in their Cokes, since 1903, one of their, like, partners, oh God, in, like, New Jersey, because, you know, they partner with everybody. Like, they're so global, they're so big. One of their partners in New Jersey is, like, one of the only places that can still import the cocoa. I don't know if it's, I'm pretty sure it's cocoa, right? The coca. So they're one of the, weird, right? So are they still putting it in? Who knows? This is looking very Coca-Cola-y. Look at that. We might be doing something here, y'all. One reason why Coca-Cola became so popular, too, I forgot about this, is that, like, Pemberton didn't, like, pay anybody to, like, he didn't pay, like, a distribution center to make all this. He made all the syrups, he did everything. Kind of like a crazy Frankenstein scientist. Did it all in, like, his garage. Now, do I know if it's in a garage? I don't remember. For some reason, I remember, like, thinking of them selling it at, like, a lemonade stand, but I don't think that's true. But so, like, he mixed his own syrups, and that's why he would send it out for that, for them to mix it. So that's why no one really knows what the recipe is, because he would make his own syrups and everything. That way he didn't have to give away his recipe. Wow, I can't speak. Okay, and so in the end of it all, because there was cocaine, all that kind of good stuff, Mr. Pemberton actually died of overdose. I believe it wasn't from cocaine, but it was from morphine. Like a couple years after, like in '88 or something. So his son and someone he worked with, like with the last name Candler, were supposed to take over. But because it was like a weird, like he owned the company, but there was some kind of legal thing that went wrong with it, and his son didn't like own the rights, but the other person, Candler, didn't own the rights either. It was like this whole weird situation, and basically Candler threw money at everybody he could. Just give him money, like, here, you take this, can I have the business, can you take this, can I have the business? He, like, crooks do. Throw money and get what they want. So this person, Candler, threw money and basically became sole proprietor of Coca-Cola, the Coca-Cola company. Right, not even his own son, Charles Pemberton. Some other person, which I guess, like, that's fine because I think Pemberton and this person have been working together for a while anyways. He couldn't have possibly done that alone, though. It's a lot. It's a big business. But so, like I said, he died of what brought him into the business anyways, so that sucks. But that's the way the cookie crumbles, I guess. And so another cool fact too, is that they had like these drinking fountains. I don't know if they were like vending machines, but Coca-Cola was assumed to be like the first people to give out coupons because the person who took over the business, Candler, is it Candler or Chandler? I'm pretty sure it's Candler. Would give out coupons or like a slip of paper. They weren't like coupons back in the day. That they could redeem at like a fountain vendor, something like that, to get a free Coca-Cola. So that was one of the first instances. I'm not going to say the first because I don't know if that's true, but it was one of the first instances of people doing coupons for business. And like the Coca-Cola symbol has been like the same symbol for a long time, and I believe Candler said that he is the one that come up with it. But I think there was like a debate about it because it could have been him or somebody else's. But so the little Coca-Cola signature, that's been that for like forever. I like can't do my eyeliner and like talk, so forgive me for this moment of silence. Who in the hell put the muffins in the freezer? I did. What you gonna do about it? Also, another fun fact. So, like, Coca-Cola had Santa on it for, like, forever. And Coca-Cola is red and white, just like Santa. So there used to be rumors that, like, Coca-Cola invented Santa Claus, like, And I think, like, people are, like, taking that wrong. I think they, like, Santa Claus has been a thing for whatever, right? Like Saint Nick. That's in history and history of histories. Have I looked it up? No. So maybe it's not. But, like, I think they came up with that whitewashed Santa Claus that we all see. So he didn't come up with Santa Claus, they just gave an idea of what Santa Claus would look like this happy, jolly old white man with a beard. But obviously, they didn't come up with Santa Claus, so that's not true. There's this shade in here that's like this blue sparkles, and it kind of weirds me out because it gives me more of like a Pepsi vibe, and that's like, no. And so Coca-Cola also, they started doing tests on Coca-Cola because everyone loved Coca-Cola, and like that's when Pepsi came out, and like because Pepsi like I guess tried to copy whatever Coca-Cola was trying to do, and Coca-Cola's like, whatever, we're better, you know, try us. And so there was like such a big rivalry that like Coca-Cola conducted its own test, like the blind taste test, and most people preferred Coca-Cola over Pepsi, which I know I'm that way, but I'm also biased because I'm from Georgia. But yeah. But so that was like a scientific study, and I don't know. Who knows? Maybe they paid people to say that, but it was definitely a study done because it was such a big deal. Like the Coca-Cola versus Pepsi thing was a really big deal. And then here's another fun fact. So Pepsi-Cola, well, these are all fun facts, but Pepsi-Cola was also made, I believe, like 10 years later, like in 1890s, by a pharmacist. So there's some kind of like connection with pharmacist and cola here. Like they were like used for medicine, I guess. Weird, right? Who would think, pharmacists and soda? So since we're talking about Pepsi here, right? Then came, because Coca-Cola was such a big deal and Pepsi kind of wanted to imitate that. Pepsi even like changed their formula later on to more be similar to Coca-Cola, and then thus came the Cola Wars. So that was like a big thing. I think that was like in the 70s, and like Coca-Cola was only family-friendly marketing, but then Pepsi came out with like a Pepsi challenge and things like that. So advertising-wise, was a big like head button thing for them. But so at one point too, Coca-Cola's marketing was like losing to Pepsi. And I think that was because of the Pepsi challenge. I'm not 100% sure, but like at one point they were like Pepsi's marketing was going up and Coca-Cola not so much. But they were the family-friendly, like nostalgic drink Coca-Cola was. And so that's when like they would start changing things, like making the classic Coca-Cola, like there was like a new Coke or something like that, and like the bottles would say Coke back in the day instead of Coca-Cola. So like they would try to reinvent themselves a lot. While we're doing this, let's crack open a cold one. Who in the hell did I look into the freezer? I did. No. Oh my god, do you guys remember that commercial that Kendall Jenner did with Pepsi? I'm not even gonna lie, like I don't really remember that many Coca-Cola commercials, but I do remember the Pepsi commercials, like with Britney Spears, Beyonce, like they had some pretty iconic moments. Not even gonna front. And like I only remember, oh you know what, I do remember like the cute little polar bear commercials for Coca-Cola. That was awesome. Why didn't I do my eyebrows? What is wrong with me? Anyways, that's about like all my knowledge on Coca-Cola. So let's look it up. I don't know. So Coca-Cola is recognized and sold in over 200 countries. That's a big deal. 200? I can't even name 200 countries. I barely know the 7 continents. And so Coca-Cola, of course, like owns a bunch of different products. And so I believe out of all the 57 like million billion, out of all the gajillions of drinks that there are, Coca-Cola owns 3% of those drinks. More than likely. Whatever you're drinking. Is Coca-Cola. What happened there, Megan? When the hell put some things in the freezer? I did. That is gonna be stuck in my head for like forever. And so there's like the Coca-Cola world and everything in Georgia, and I'm sure I know there's like a Coca-Cola factory here in Pennsylvania too. But there's even like a place where you can try like all the different Coca-Colas in the world. And not like Coca-Cola, but like products Coca-Cola owns like all across the world. They have like the different continents, and like the different types of drinks. There's like this ginger beer. They're disgusting. I'm sure some of you guys like that, but no. Or like a ginger drink. I don't know. It was gross. But they have all kinds of different drinks, and like the Japanese drinks always taste so good, very fruity. But it's pretty cool how many drinks and how many like different types of drinks. And I guess it kind of speaks to like what each country in itself really likes. I think I'm gonna like try to use one of like the red on my face as a blush, but I can probably bronze with this too. Let's try it. Oh God, maybe not too dark. To heck with it, just a Coca-Cola face. Of course, Coca-Cola would get into the makeup scene. It's so big. But so literally, I drink like Coca-Cola religiously. Like breakfast, lunch, and dinner. It's so bad. Oh my God. Maybe there is cocaine in it. Well, I think caffeine in itself is super addicting, and that has like a bunch of caffeine. They even came out with like a caffeine-free Coca-Cola. Didn't like it. Didn't want it. No, we don't do that. We don't do that here. Why am I bronzing my face before I even do my concealer? I don't know, guys. What is wrong with me? It's fine. We'll fix it as we go, I suppose. Like my look looks almost Christmassy because of like red and white, you know. We're gonna blend everything more, I'm sorry. Use a new blender, I'm being dumb. Why am I not using Coca-Cola blender? Okay. I don't know what's like going on in this girl's head sometimes, but you know, just gotta go with the flow. Speaking of cocaine, let's dab that on our face. That contour trick that we all learned from Nikki tutorials. Yeah, I'm doing that. So we're gonna, if you don't know, now you're gonna know. So we bronze the whole nose. You grab some cocaine. And you go outside the nose. Right there. That's good. Good, 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 good. I want to make mine as straight as possible. That's a lot of cocaine, okay. Just right down the middle there. Okay, cool. So let's let that bake, bake. So now I'm looking up Coca-Cola stuff at this point because I've run out of Coca-Cola in the good old noggin here. There are only 2 countries in the world where Coca-Cola is not sold, Cuba and North Korea. Obviously. Coke makes so many different beverages that if you drank one per day, it would take you more than 9 years to try them all. Sounds like a challenge. Why would I lie about that? You know, I wouldn't lie. I wouldn't lie to you guys. But so yeah, so 8th grade, and I don't know if this is everybody's 8th grade in Georgia, but so we had to do like a binder full of all things Georgia. So we had to write a paper on like our state flower. We had to write a paper on our on like the founder of Georgia, which is like King George or something to do with Oglethorpe, all that kind of stuff. I don't remember the details of it, but for whatever reason I remember the details of Coke. So the eyes look alright. The red was super pigmented in this palette. I didn't even need to like use the concealer to cut my crease. Maybe I should have though. I don't know. So I mean, if you lived in Georgia and your experience was the same, I'd like to know. But like I went to a Catholic school, so maybe my experience was a little bit different than everybody else's, but I feel like that was like a curriculum thing. Maybe, maybe not. Who knows? Let's do a little something under our eye. Let's pop that Coca-Cola color under our eye. How about that? I'll use this. This looks like it probably should go more towards like the center of my eye. Ooh, I like that a lot. I definitely should have put my different eye. Oh, I did. What have I? I don't know how much was fine. I'm getting purple in my eye. I'm gonna be blind. So there's that eye left. Let's, like I said, I was going to put some blush here using the red here. So let's see. Oh my god. It's going to be too much, I know it. But why not try? This is really Coca-Cola-esque. Ooh, looking like Santa Claus. Just call me Mrs. Claus. Wife of the jolly old man. Oh my god, that was a lot. Ah! Blend. Blend for your life, Megan. How am I going to fix this? With a beauty blender, of course. Oh, where's that brush that I was using? There we go. So she Rosie. very. This look is a little much, but fuck it. Let's just top it off. Looking like Rudolph the Red-Nosed Reindeer, you know? Let's see what this one. Looking like I got sunburn or whatever. Alrighty, now let's add some of that loose highlighter. So there's a couple of different tones, but the other tones look super dark. So we have Bubbly Babe, which is like a white. Then we have Serve Sparkling, which is almost like bronze. Probably couldn't even see that, I can't tell ya. And then we have this, which is like a rose gold. Am I ever going to use those ones? Probably not. So I'm just going to go use with Bubbly Babe. I'm just going to, you know, throw her on. Let's see how this goes. I've never really used like a loose highlighter before. Oh, God knows why I haven't used highlighter. Oh my God, look at this. Wow. I like it. No, I wish it was a little brighter, but it's fine. I look like a clown. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. It's fine. Oh God. What am I doing? I'm just going for it. Cool. So, East Side. So they have 4 little lip glosses here. White, red, pink, and brown. And I'm thinking I've got a lot of red on my face, so I'm going to go with brown. Let's see what this lippy looks like. This is the shade Tastemaker. Yikes. I feel like the brown would might go better with a different look. Anyways, let's throw on some lashes and see the final look. So here's the final look, Coca-Cola-esque. So I guess that wraps it up, you know? What did we learn? Coca-Cola had cocaine in it, hence Coca-Cola. That myth is true. Is it a myth? No, it's a fact. And yeah. Drugs kill people, kids. So don't do them. Peace out. A-Town down.